So, WWE's inaugural pay-per-view Battleground is this Sunday. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. This is going to be my prediction video for the matches on the card. And for those of you who watch my videos on a regular basis and are wondering why I didn't make a video for Night of Champions, it's because almost right up until the day of the pay-per-view, their card sucked. They only had like 4 matches on the card, along with the pre-show. They had all these last-minute add-ons, and it just didn't feel like a very good pay-per-view. I mean, the matches were okay. It's just everything was there was no it was like there was no thought put into it, in my opinion. Um, and besides, the end result was overturned the next night, anyways, which ticked off a lot of fans. Um, so so this is Battleground, and these are my predictions. So first of all, we got the pre-show. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Damian Sandow. Uh, you sometimes you got to wonder why certain people are on the pre-show. Are they in the doghouse? Um, or they just don't know what else to do with them right now. Uh, well, this is 2 pay-per-views now that Dolph Ziggler's been on the pre-show. I think the last pay-per-view he was on the pre-show with Dean Ambrose, I believe it was. Or was that the pay-per-view before? Anyways, Dolph Ziggler's becoming like the pre-show guy now, apparently. Uh, and Damian Sandow is still the, you know, um, the unclaimed, world heavyweight champion, because he's got the briefcase. So he's been winning, he's been losing, he's been going back and forth. He's not really on a streak or anything. He's been pretty quiet. He has matches here and there. He's still bold and cocky and confident about he's going to take the world heavyweight championship someday, and I hope he does. I'm a big Damian Sandow fan. Um, but as far as this match goes, it really doesn't mean anything either way for either guy. Uh, I'm going to say Damian Sandow wins this one. Um, and it's really not going to hurt Dolph Ziggler, but apparently he's in the doghouse with WWE because he can't stop shooting his mouth off during interviews about what's going on in the WWE right now. So that little push of his, is pretty short-lived. But yeah, I say Damian Sandow comes out a win in the pre-show. Now for the main card for Battleground, we got a grudge match between CM Punk and Ryback, of course, with Paul Heyman in his corner. Yeah, the new Paul Heyman guy, after all sorts of sweet talking from Paul Heyman and getting down on one knee on Raw. Just and if the get a room chants weren't enough, oh yeah, that was that was painful to watch, but funny. CM Punk versus Ryback. I don't think there's any stipulation in this match, like no DQ or anything. But obviously, this is going to be a brawl. This is not. I don't think this is going to be much of a wrestling match. CM Punk's pretty pissed, and after what Ryback did to him last pay-per-view with Paul Heyman pulling out a win at Night of Champions. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I think CM Punk's going to get his revenge in this one. CM Punk's going to come out on top of this one. Oh, that just sounded wrong. I'm sorry. He's going to win against Ryback. Next, we have Goldust and Cody Rhodes, the Rhodes family, with Dusty Rhodes, their dad, in their corner versus the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And the stipulation for this one is if Goldust and Cody win, they get their jobs back in the WWE. If they lose, they'll never work in the WWE ever again, and Dusty loses his developmental job down in NXT. He's like general manager of NXT, the show down there. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a diehard Shield fan. I love Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. I'll back those guys up any day of the week. Solid Shield fan. But in this case, I really do want to see Cody Rhodes and Goldust get their jobs back in WWE. So this is going to be one of the very few times I'm actually going to root for someone else. And as far as I know, the titles are not on the line. So this is just a stipulation to get their jobs back. But you got to think now, if they win and they get their jobs back, obviously, that win is going to count for something else. They're probably going to get a tag team shot at the next pay-per-view, which will be, which one is it? Is it Hell in a Cell? I think it is. I don't think it's Survivor Series yet. I think it's Hell in a Cell is the next one. But nonetheless, whatever it is, somewhere down the road, if they beat them and get their jobs back, they should get a tag team championship shot against the Shield, which I'd like to see. If anyone is going to beat the Shield, I'd like it to be those guys. I can't really think of another team besides, well, I like the Wyatt family too. But I think that rivalry is going to be somewhere down the road, not anytime soon. But I've heard a lot of people talk about wanting to see that match too. But anyways, that's not now. But this is now. The Rhodes family against the Shield. And I think the Rhodes family comes out winning this one. They get their jobs back. Should be a really good match. I've been really excited about this storyline. Should be good. Next we have the Intercontinental match, or as my girlfriend likes to say, Intercontinental. She's so funny. It's R-Truth versus Curtis Axel, obviously with Paul Heyman in his corner. It's another Heyman guy. I'm not too excited about this match. I do like Curtis Axel as the Intercontinental Champion, though. I don't see Curtis Axel losing. He's probably going to come out in a win with this one. R-Truth, they're just not doing anything really much with him lately. He has matches here and there, but there's nothing of significance. There's no push. He's just stuck in mid-card hell, Next, we got a Divas title match between AJ Lee and Brie Bella. With all the hype of, Total Divas, it seemed like they were starting to put the Bellas, like everybody was starting to hate the Bellas. But then it started to become, it's the Total Divas against AJ Lee and her anti-divas, whatever you want to call them, the anti-Total Divas, whatever. So everybody's rooting for the Bellas now again. AJ Lee is the Divas champ, and they're probably going to have some Divas in their corner. Probably Tamina's going to be in AJ Lee's corner, and Nikki's going to be in Brie's. You know what? I think I'm going to, as much as I like AJ Lee as Divas champ, I'm going to say Brie Bella is going to take the Divas championship away from AJ. And AJ is just going to become even more psycho. and that'll spark up a rivalry between this newly found team of Tamina and AJ Lee. I think that'll be good. So yeah, Brie wins the Divas title. Next is World Heavyweight Championship match under hardcore rules between Rob Van Dam and Alberto Del Rio. Obviously, Ricardo Rodriguez is going to be in RVD's corner. Now, this one could go either way. It's kind of well known that RVD is not going to be around much longer, unfortunately. Apparently, he's got some 3-month deal with the WWE, and then he takes some time off and then he comes back. It's not. I mean, he's been wrestling pretty solid. He's been on every week, almost every show between Raw and SmackDown. But obviously he's getting up in age and he's still damn good at what he does. He's the whole damn show. But whatever his contract is, he's going to be gone soon, apparently, unless they changed it. We don't know yet. I'd love to see RVD become World Heavyweight Champion, and that's really what I wanted last pay-per-view too, and that didn't happen. So with him going away soon, assumed, Alberto Del Rio is probably going to win this one, and I've got a feeling that Ricardo is going to turn on RVD and trick him and screw him in the match. He's been playing him the last couple months, and now he's going to turn on him. That's probably what's going to happen. And he'll join back up with Alberto Del Rio and, be his little troll of a announcer, whatever. And then you got to wonder, is Damien Sandow going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase? He just might. We'll see. He's been hinting about it on and off lately. I'd love to see him champ. So, if RVD doesn't, get the World Heavyweight Championship, yeah, I'd love to see Damien Sandow cash it in against Alberto Del Rio, because I really can't stand him. At least he's a better heel now than he used to be. He's actually getting booed now, and he's getting some kind of response. I'll give him that. Give him that much. So yeah, Alberto Del Rio comes out with a win either way. Whether Damien Sandow cashes in or not, we'll have to see. Next, we have the WWE Championship between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. This has been so emotional of a rivalry going back and forth, and Daniel Bryan losing his championship and getting the WWE Championship and losing it again. I would really like to see Daniel Bryan finally win it and keep it for a few months. And then he and his new fiance, Brie Bella, could be champions together. I think that'd be great for TV, for WWE television. So yeah, I'd like to see Daniel Bryan come out in a win with this one. I don't think Randy Orton's going to win it. I could be wrong though. This is one I really don't know, but I'd like to see Daniel Bryan win, so that's who I'm going with. He's been fighting so hard, and they're both deserving of it, honestly. Randy's been he's been doing really good the last couple years since his screw-ups, and he's been, gaining confidence. He's been getting a fan base back. I mean, shoot, he's still getting cheers, when he goes out there. Majority of boos now, but, there's still a lot of fans that like him, heel or face, they love him. So, and some people just don't like Daniel Bryan. They think he's a little troll, but, I think he's incredibly talented. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan on this one. He's finally going to get it. They're finally going to let him keep it. We'll see. So who do you think is going to win the big one in this pay-per-view? Leave it in the comments below. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.